Good afternoon. It is February 17th, 2026. And today we had a range day. Some pretty interesting entries, I would say. Uh, Here's how it looks on the daily chart. You can see. Um, a doji, we got a bull body, but a lot of tail on the top and bottom. So anyway, price action pretty much just ranging. So I would say you would probably want to draw a box around the price action from yesterday. This was the high. This was this was not the low, but this was a low on the first move down. And so if you draw a measured move, it looks like prices were trying to um, hit a measured move, and you can see they gapped over this low right here. This second bar, not this second bar, but this second bar that broke below this low. This bar broke first. This bar broke second. It didn't come back and test that level. So I think it's pretty reasonable to expect a measured move, and we didn't get that at first, but eventually at 7 o'clock this morning we did. So anyway, uh, I'm realizing I marked this move from the overnight, so we'll just skip over that. 5 o'clock comes in, and you're down here, and I think this would be a reasonable place to get long. And obviously, when you mark up the chart afterward, it's so easy in hindsight. But you have one push down, a second push down that's stronger, only a little bit stronger, but it's stronger, and then a third push down that looks much stronger. So it's a parabolic sell climax, and within that, this third leg is a wedge, like a wedge cell climax, because we have one push down, two push down, three push down. So, and it's near the measured move. So I think it's a reasonable place to get long. Probably take a small position and scale in if it goes lower, but it ends up being just a great move back to resistance. And we pull back to the EMA, and you get pretty much a textbook two-legged pullback. You can see first leg pullback, then it kind of goes sideways, second leg. Very strong bull bar off the EMA after we have a strong move up. I think this is a good place to enter long, and I think you should probably go for this level of resistance. So, maybe like the open of this bear body, something like that. You can see that's where some people took profits, but then it went further, and we had this bull channel, and then we get this triple top. And so why do I mark this? Because we are still in a bull channel. So in real time, I think this is a tough one to argue for, but we are flip flopping on both sides of the EMA. You have a double top, uh, really like a triple top, first top, second top, third top. Look at all that room back to the EMA, so much room back. And within this range, this looks like it's just about the midline. So I think there's reasons to like that one. So that ends up being a very good move. Bear channel back down to the measured move before it bounces, and you get one leg up and then a second leg up, and that's a second leg trap. Uh, so I think you could argue for going short here. Um, yeah, I mean, you could argue for it, so I'll draw a little box there. Not the greatest. It's above the EMA, but again, the prices are flip-flopping on both sides of the EMA. But that looks like just a textbook second leg trap. The second leg is stronger than the first one. So, maybe you take that lower high expecting a new low, because we don't have a new low from that bear channel. And that's exactly what we get. And then here, this is just, right at the measured move, you make this triple bottom. First bottom, you could argue this is one second bottom and then third bottom. So I mean, just maybe just enter on a limit order here and a small position, and you know it doesn't usually move this quick, but here it did move that quick and it just took off. After if you stayed in through this kind of like potential wedge formation, boom, it just takes off. And you do get the overshoot, but it pushes up three more times. You get the buy climax right there, and it sells off. And we test that level again, and then test it a third time. I did want to talk about this. That's a strong bear bar. You know, we overshot this channel. We made a gap below the EMA. We're also at the midline of this top tier of this range. So I think this is a reasonable one. The reason I marked it red was because it's close to the EMA, so I'm not crazy about it. I think that if you do go short on this one, you probably want to maybe scalp out partially, but I like the bottom of this bear leg, and that eventually, if you were able to hold, it eventually got there. So you could take this lower high, but it's even closer to the EMA. Not crazy about that, really. You could see there's a little bear channel in here. And get two legs up before two legs down to a new low, and then it reverses up. But at this point, you're at the midline of the whole day, and it's just no man's land. I think towards the end of the day, you could get short, with a similar idea as we had over here, that it's just a measured move. Um, so yeah, you could start to get short in here, but we have a strong move. It's above the EMA. There's no gaps above below the EMA. So um, and it's close to the end of the day, but it ends up going down and closing near where it opened. So that's how I saw it today. I hope everyone had a good day. I'll be back tomorrow.